Hi everyone. So today this is the first episode of my Art for Everyone series, and today I'm going to show you all of my drawing supplies. And yeah, so let's start and we'll see. So at first, I'm going to start with my pencils, and yeah, I mostly use mechanical pencils. Um, that one, that's 0.5 millimeter pencil with a 2B lead. This one has a 4H lead and this one an HB lead, all 0.5 millimeters. And that one has a 0.3 millimeter lead in HB, I think. Yeah, I mostly like the mechanical pencils because I don't need to sharpen them, and because you can achieve a smoother finish, or I can achieve a smoother finish with them. And yeah, so here I'm gonna show you how they look on the paper. You won't see that much difference between the 2B and the HB, I guess. Yeah, but this one, that's 4H, it's really light, and I only use it uh for very very light areas, or yeah. And that one with the 0.3 millimeter lead, that's only for really tiny details, because it really makes fine lines, and you have to be careful because the lead really breaks easily. And yeah, I do use it, but not so often, because the 0.5 millimeters pencils are very good for fine details also. Yeah, and you don't have to sharpen them, and you don't end up with some teeny tiny rest of a pencil, which you don't know how to hold it or how to sharpen it, and they always stay the same size. And yeah, and what I do like is you can really achieve a darker result, so you can draw darker with the 2B mechanical pencil than with the 2B regular pencil. What I don't like about graphite is that when you try to get dark, you always end up with this graphite shine, and the higher the B number of the pencil, the easier you can achieve that shine. And so I can avoid that a little bit by using a 2B mechanical pencil instead of using a regular, 4B to 6B pencil. And the result is the same, but with less shine. Then I have this one. It has a 3.5 millimeter lead, I think. The LEDs come in different sizes, or yeah, in B numbers and H numbers. I like it for shading in bigger areas, and yeah, and I like it for when I need to take my drawing supplies with me, because I then take that pencil, take the eraser, and take that case for different LEDs. I fill in different LEDs, and that's it. You don't need anything more. You don't have to carry 10 different pencils with you. You have one pencil, a few LEDs, and a sharpener. Yeah, and then I do have regular pencils also. I do have them in every hardness, every brand, and yeah, I mostly use Staedtler and Faber-Castell, because I'm in Germany, and everywhere, in every shop you go, you see Faber-Castell. You get them everywhere, so it's the easiest for me. I really love the Derwent graphics. Yeah, That's an unused pack. And I do like them. Yeah. But since I only mostly use the regular pencils for sketching, but not for really shading or anything else, yeah, the brand is not so important to me. Yeah, what else can I say about them? I can't think of anything else at the moment. I do have them in various different sizes. They come in with LEDs from, I think, 6H to 9B, something like that. I do have them all, but I don't use them. Yeah. So, and then the next are my, I would guess, my carbon pencils. Okay, I do have different kinds. The smaller one, that's a Prisma Ebony, and the bigger one is a Wolf's Carbon. The Prisma Ebony I don't like that much, and it only comes in one variation. The Wolf's Carbon has, that one I have here is a 4B, and I do have, I think, an HB, and I don't know how many different variations there are. I do have two. Carbon pencils are a mix between charcoal and graphite pencils, so that means you can draw really dark without getting that graphite shine. The Prismacolor Ebony does have a little bit of that shine. I don't like that so much. That it's more graphite than charcoal. The Wolf's Carbon is from the feeling more a charcoal pencil. It's yeah, it's a mix. And as you can see, it really gets black without any shine. Yeah, a charcoal pencil is softer. You can blend it more easily. But I do use those carbon pencils when I need to get really dark backgrounds or something like that. Yeah, so I can avoid that graphite shine. And the Wolf's Carbon is my favorite. Yeah. You could use charcoal for that also. I don't like charcoal that much because I always get really dirty and the charcoal is everywhere but not on the paper. And so a carbon pencil is good choice for me. These are my blending stumps or paper stumps. I have them in different sizes. That's a medium and two small ones. I have a big one somewhere, and yeah, you can use them for blending what you have just drawn. And yeah, you can you do not have to buy a new one each time you use them. I personally find them the most useful when the tip is a little bit dirty already. You can clean them by rubbing them over a sandpaper, but I don't like it because then the tip gets kind of hard and yeah. I sometimes do clean them when they are too dirty, but mostly I use them like they are. And the next, yeah, these are my sharpeners. That's a Dale 133. Oh, sorry, I have to get the cat off my computer. A Dale 133. That's a real good sharpener. It's a cheap one, 5 to 8 euros, I guess, about something like that. You just put the pencil in there. There are some brackets inside there which hold the pencil in place. And yeah, you put it in there. And then you just sharpen them. And that's it. And it really makes a sharp tip or pointy tip. You can use different sizes of pencils. They all fit in there. Yeah. And so that's my most favorite, but it's of course a big one. And if you want to take your sharpener with you, just use a normal one. That's okay too. It doesn't make that pointy tip, but it's okay for when taking your drawing stuff outside with you. I wouldn't sharpen my Prismacolors with a simple one because they would break. Yeah. But for graphite, that's okay. And then important erasers. I do have different kinds of. I do have those rectangular vinyl erasers also, but I do use them the most. These are pencil erasers. I don't like that one with a pink tip very much because the pink can end up on your drawing. But you can use them for really erasing fine details. That's the same, but it has a white tip, so the problem with the pink color on your drawing is avoided. I sharpen that one with a cutter knife so I can get it in every shape I like to. That's a simple vinyl eraser. It's a refillable? Is that a word? Yeah, I think. Yeah. You can just use them for erasing your sketch lines or anything like that. And then we have the kneaded eraser. That's a great tool. I use the kneaded eraser just as much as I use the pencils when drawing. You can give it every form you like, and you can use it for erasing very fine details. The good thing about kneaded erasers is that it doesn't damage your paper. So you can draw over it like you didn't even touch the paper. And now the paper. This is my favorite brand, Strathmore. It's the 300 series. That's the smooth surface. They do also have vellum surface, which I do like a little bit better, because I have the feeling that you could achieve more contrast in your drawing with the vellum surface. But it's very hard to get in Germany. I, in fact, only know one online store where you can buy it in Germany, and it's often out of stock. And so, yeah, ordering it in the USA is too expensive. The shipping costs are much higher than the paper would cost me, so that doesn't really work. Yeah, I really do love the paper, but it's yeah, I do use other paper regularly. That's one sort of paper, the Lana Bristol drawing board. It has 250 grams per square meter. It's very smooth and very white. And I do use it mostly for portrait drawings because you can achieve a really smooth finish, but, and that's what I don't like so much about it, I am not able to get that much contrast into my drawing. So I use it for portraits. It's okay, but I don't use it for pet portraits. I don't like how the fur turns out in that paper. It's too too smooth for drawing fur. That looks unnaturally, and yeah. So I do use it for portraits, but and sometimes for drawing some still life or something like that. But when I'm drawing pet portraits, I'm using that Lucas drawing paper, which has, I think, 190 grams per square meter. It's a little bit, it's natural white. It's not as bright white as the Bristol paper. It's still in foil. That's why I can't show you. It has a little bit of a structure. So for me, it's perfect for drawing pet portraits. I do like drawing fur on it because it looks really natural, and yeah, you can get good contrasts on that paper. But yeah, I don't like it that much for drawing portraits because then the result isn't as smooth as I like it. But perfect for pet portraits. Then I have another paper. I bought that, De La Rowney, because it's at fine grain. That's not fine grain. For me, that's, I don't know, rough grain, or that's too much structure for me. I can't achieve good results on that. I don't like drawing on really structured paper. And yeah, you can see it in the camera, but when you would look at it originally, then you can see that grain, and that's too much structure for me. For anyone who likes drawing on structured paper, that could be the perfect paper, but no, not for me. So I used it for sketches and for some pet portraits, but yeah. So, and that's my tip for beginners who don't know what paper they like, or who just started drawing and want to try out. Just buy a pack of cardstock, simple white cardstock. That it's not as thin as printer paper. If you draw on printer paper, it will take a few layers of graphite and then the paper is done. It will get wavy and shiny, and yeah. So just take a cardstock that's a bit thicker and you can get good results on that. Yeah, and so my tips for beginners, what you would need when you first start drawing. Oh, no. Just my tape. I'm using that tape for taping around the edges of the drawing so that they stay clean and don't get smudged or dirty or anything. Okay, so and now for the beginners, as I said, I would recommend you to buy that cardstock. That's really perfect for starting to draw, and you can just buy different kinds of paper later when you know what you like. Then I'd recommend you to not to buy the whole range of pencils you can find. Just buy an HB pencil, a regular HB pencil, 2B, 4B, and a 2H. That should really be enough for the beginning. You can try with mechanical pencils. I would recommend HB leads for a start. Yeah, that should be enough. You don't need the paper stumps for the beginning. Use Q-tips, they work fine, or some tissue. Toilet paper works. You don't need to buy all that fancy stuff. Just your regular pencil in 3 or 4 different hardnesses. I don't know how that's called in English. And I would recommend a kneaded eraser because that's a very great tool and they are not expensive and you can use them forever. And yeah, so I think that's everything for drawing supplies. I'm going to upload a new video on this series, Art for Everyone, every week. Sometimes it will be tips and tricks for drawing for someone who is advanced. Sometimes it will be some new tips for beginners, or yeah, sometimes it will be a how to draw video or some things like that. I'm going to upload that every Tuesday or Wednesday. And yeah, there will be my own speed drawings every Friday or Saturday, so roughly. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you would like to see more of my Art for Everyone, then please subscribe and see you next time. Bye!